Just starting out on the Shaft House Trail via Goose Creek out in the Lost Creek Wilderness. Know almost nothing about this hike. It's just an exploratory one in this area since I'm going to be here for a few days. Just wanted to see what stuff looked like before I started more difficult hikes. I think it's going to be about 10 miles. It'll include a little side jaunt out to, I think, Harmonica Arch. Very strange area. Lots and lots of granite here. And all the trees are blown down and burnt down. They must have had a fire and then like a huge windstorm or something. There's whole fields of them just laying down. Very pleasant this morning. I think it got down in like the low 40s last night. Should be warming up in the next couple hours though. Very pleasant hike so far. Easy, well-maintained trail. Running right along the Goose Creek here. It's got little rapids going all over. Huge boulder fields up on the sides of the mountains. Still chilly, probably upper 40s maybe. Nothing super exciting, but just a generally very pleasant hike. Okay, here goes nothing. Looks big and relatively stable. Okay. Do not want to fall in and lose my camera and my phone and my key fob would all die. Okay, that wasn't bad. Made it across. Now, Harmonica Arch is up this way somewhere. I think this little goat path will lead me over there. We'll see what happens. While I'm hiking along this side trail up to Harmonica Arch, I can hear the water running through these giant granite boulders down here. Let's see if I can get down there to take a look. It makes like these little mini cave things. Looks moderately difficult to get the rest of the way back down. Have to go on the outside there. I'm going to see if I can get down there. Okay, made it down. Getting back up is going to be mildly exciting because it was all very steep and loose. And the trees were all rotten, and these are all thorny bushes. It's just like a little side creek that's coming down through all these granite blocks. And it is even cooler down here than it is everywhere else. Nothing crazy, but interesting little side adventure. I'm gonna get some water to drink while I'm here. Well, this little side trail has turned out to be extremely steep and strenuous. She goes like straight up the side of the mountain. You can't really tell from this spot. But there's awesome views up on the huge granite. There's like a granite dome up there with a spire. Not exactly sure where this trail is going. I know there's an arch at the end, and it wasn't very long, but it's very steep. I don't think anyone else has been up here today because I keep running through lots of cobwebs. Well, this trail up to Harmonica Arch has just been going up and up and up. But I think I'm finally coming out of the wooded section. Yep. And now it looks like I'm just going straight up the rock. Very interesting rocks up here, just all granite all over the place. This trail was much more difficult than I expected. There's a semi-trail, but it's marked as an unmaintained trail. There's a trail in sections, but a lot of it is just you see a cairn up in the distance and try to figure out how to get there, and then sometimes you don't see a cairn and try to go the right direction. Definitely worth doing though. I'm glad I came up here. I just probably would have brought my hiking poles if I had realized how much elevation gain there was going to be just on the off-trail dirt and woods up the side of the mountain. Very cool place though. You just follow the water runoff path. I'm assuming that's what this is going up here. But it is so steep just up the side of the rock. This is very unexpected I thought I had read this was a really easy hike. This is why you do more research before you do these hikes. Also forgot to bring my extra Garmin battery, or extra GoPro batteries. Forgot to test the Garmin before it came out and it wasn't wanting to send. So I have to mess with that when I get back. This is why you do easy short hikes to test out your equipment. Kind of just wander around on the rocks up here. The cairn stopped. I think I'm going this way. Guess I'm just hopping across these boulders. Not 100% sure where I'm supposed to be going. But this area looks interesting over here. Not sure if this is the area where Harmonica Arch is. But there'll at least be a nice view out from the end out here. And then I'll keep wandering around trying to find this arch. Well, jumping across all the boulders up here led me out to the end I was trying to get to, and there's the arch. I think you can get closer by going across these rocks. So this is a longer jump than the other ones. Okay, it's fine. Although this is looking increasingly difficult to get back from. Maybe we won't go down there. We'll get down below and walk closer that way. That seems less dangerous while I'm up here by myself. Awesome views around up here. I think the shack is up that way somewhere. Let me figure out how to get back down from here. After clambering all over on these boulders, finally made it over to this side where you can get a much better view of this arch, hopefully. And I'm wondering now if we can just go out around this way, and I didn't have to go all the way around over all those rocks. Oh well, it was fun climbing. And there is Harmonica Arch. Pretty nice arch. I was actually out on top of it, and I was trying to figure out where it was at, and I could not find it, and I realized it was directly below me, and there was no way to get any view of it from up on top of there. I normally eat my apple at the furthest point on the hike, but considering the rest of the hike is going to just be flat, I'm going to consider this the high point of the hike, and I'm going to sit down and eat my apple and then try to figure out how to get back down in that valley down there so I can continue on this hike. Alright, had my apple at the top. It was excellent. Now, I think I can just go back up this way. It looks pretty steep, but all of this rock, it's granite. It has all these little protrusions on here that make it super easy to grip with your shoes, so you can pretty much go straight up. So I don't think this is going to be an issue, despite it being incredibly steep. No, super easy. And does this go right back up to where I started before I did all of that rock scrambling? Yes, it does. Those are those rocks I went up on. Alright. time to head back down. Looks like a good spot to sit on the edge of this pool. There's some fish down there. Some bigger ones too. And have some snacks before I head back and see if it's any less crowded up there yet. There were just like a group of 12-ish backpackers all hanging out up there. So I assume they'll be gone soon, then I'll check out the historical signs in the buildings. It's the old shack house. Tried to create a reservoir by damming Lost Creek. Interesting. Don't think you want to go up the stairs in there. Apparently it's new enough that it had electrical at some point. Okay. We could theoretically go up those stairs, but I think I'm going to not. Well, I'm just about back to the car now. Nothing really remarkable on the way back. It's just a nice, pleasant hike. Nothing too exciting, just a relatively easy one. Looks like we got 5 hours and 1 minute, 10.89 miles. Probably got like 0.1 mile back to the car. There were so many cars in the parking lot, like 40. But there's been almost no one on the trail. They all seem to be backpacking in up to the area I hiked to and then camping there, which seems crazy because you can do it. I mean, I did it in 5 hours. So I don't know why you would carry all of that weight up the mountain to camp up there. And I don't know what you do for the rest of the day. I don't understand what people do on these super short backpacking trips. But nice hike. Looking forward to doing the backpacking loop up in that area in a couple days. We'll see how it goes.